All right, you can start. I'll
I already did.
Oh, you did? Yeah, so hello. Guys, what's up? Today is Tuesday, December 4th. And we just got done filming a video shoot in my personal home studio. If you didn't know, Helps2 is a virtual company, and that's why we're in my house doing video shoots and stuff like that. And we also travel a lot, and we're all over the nation. Grace is currently in Idaho. I'm in Kansas City. Different places like Virginia, we have Michigan on the map, and Arizona. So that's super cool to be a virtual company. That's how Helps2 got started. And I constantly ask myself if it is better being virtual, or should we eventually strive to get to a place where we're all in one location. And to be honest, right now, virtual is working for us. Join me while I clean up this stuff. I'm gonna just get ready for our monthly meeting. We have a meeting every month online with all of the team members of Helps2 to just catch up on things and things like that. But back to me talking about actually having a virtual company versus a company in person. You would think, because it's 2018 right now, that a lot of people are hip to the virtual company thing. And to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of actual virtual companies. I've seen a lot of remote workers, people that work from home or work while they're on the go, traveling in Paris or whatever. That's cool. That's very popular right now, but I haven't actually seen a lot of virtual companies. And I will say that I have my pros and cons about it, right? So, number one, let's start with the pros, right? Because you always start positive. Am I wrong, Amber? The pros. Okay, the pros are that everybody at Helps2 gets to work when they want. So they don't have to come into the office at a certain time. There's no expectation for hours, like in terms of when you do your hours. Everyone at Helps2, including myself, we have a certain amount of hours that we're allotted to work, but you don't have to do them at any kind of expected time, which is super cool. I think that's great. Another pro is you can travel while you work and nobody cares. I mean, I was in Costa Rica for a month and Grace was running the company, which was super cool. I've traveled to Peru and been able to, just work on the go. I've traveled all over the place. I've done music tours and been working, and it didn't affect anything. I mean, it's a little harder to work while you're traveling, which nobody seems to want to talk about, but yeah, it's really not that much different. You still have to do the same thing. So that's cool. But there are cons, and I'm sure there's more pros to it. I mean, and different virtual companies, I'm sure. If you know any, please comment in this video. I'd like to go look at some others, because I really don't know of any others right now. We should definitely do some research on that. But I would say the cons, the number one con as a business owner running a virtual company for me is that when we first started at Helps2, our current team is phenomenal and doesn't struggle with this, but a lot of the people we would hire really didn't have the motivation to get things done. It was hard, like so difficult to actually get people to produce on a schedule. There was a lot of lack of motivation because you don't have a boss every day kind of breathing down your neck, or even like the motivation of a boss in your midst keeping you accountable. I'd have to keep people accountable at our weekly meetings, which are now monthly because our team is killer right now. And also have to keep people accountable through email and our task management system that we use. So that is definitely probably the biggest con. What would you say is another con? Do you have any cons behind the camera? Amber's behind the camera. Here, let me do this.
Oh.
Flip. Go.
Oh no.
What are some cons, Amber, about working at a virtual company?
I think there's more pros than cons, honestly.
Well, what are some pros?
Some pros. I really, like you said, I really like that we can make our own hours. So I can, if I can't sleep one night, I can literally work at like midnight, or I can work at, early in the morning if I'm up and able to. And I like that, we're still able to stay connected even though we're virtual, because we do have that monthly meeting. But I think maybe that would be a con, is that we don't get to see each other in person and like actually, I don't know, it's hard to actually have work relationships with people when you're all kind of doing your own thing. So like, I'll be editing videos and Grace is over here writing some content for us, and Hunter's posting on our social media, and Gabby, well, thankfully Gabby and I live in the same city, so we don't have that problem. But for the first time...
Yeah, this is not a virtual weird thing happening. We're both in the same room, promise.
Right. But it was cool that we actually did our first retreat this past November, so I actually got to meet Grace for the first time and like actually get to have more than just a work-based email relationship with her, but actually get to know her as a person. So yeah, I think the con is like not getting to know each other as easily, but the pro is that like, you know, we actually put forth effort to make it happen, so.
So right now we're having our monthly meeting. I'm calling Grace. There was nothing. This is like not the best thing in the world. She's used to it though, so this is great.
Hello.
Hey Grace, how's it going? I'm gonna add Steven
good.
here.
I'm trying to get all situated here.
Me too. Me too. So just really quickly, Hunter's not joining us because he's in class. He's getting his schoolboy on. Proud of that guy. And then Matt's not joining us either. And Amber is here with me recording a video blog. So it's just us three really on the actual Skype conversation, which is cool. I wanted to ask you guys about being in a virtual company, what you guys think are pros and what you guys think are cons. So what are some pros? We'll start with the pros of being a part of a virtual company.
Well, it's great doing work in my bathrobe.
Yeah, amen to that.
But it's, you know, that it really is great being able to work when, you know, I'm at my best. It's like, you know, if I work 9 to 5, by, you know, 3 o'clock, I go through a major crash. Whereas, you know, if you're working remote, you work whenever you want. I mean, sometimes I'll do my work for you guys at like 2 in the morning because I just happen to be. So
Right.
It's, to me, it's best for like personal energy.
That's good. What do you think, Grace? What's like a good pro about working for a virtual company?
Well, definitely what Steven said. That's definitely a big part of it. Being able to work in my bathrobe or my pajamas. You know, wear my ugly Christmas sweater that may not be acceptable in an office, but you know, here we are.
We would accept it at the Helps2 virtual office.
Yeah, being able to do things on my own, because at least a lot of what I do for Helps2 doesn't necessarily directly involve other people. I kind of have my task, get my assignment, and I do them. So I don't necessarily need to be in an office surrounded by other people to accomplish my task. And I usually work better kind of alone by myself anyway. But then we get to have our meetings like this, and they're virtual meetings, but I still get the benefit of input, hanging out with coworkers, as it were. You know, the benefit of camaraderie and actual face-to-face communication, even if it is virtual. So it's really kind of the best of both worlds.
It also cuts down on gas. It's good for the economy.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
One of our cons here at Helps2 was not currently, because you guys, just the whole team is really good right now, especially right now, more than ever, I think, at really hitting deadlines. But when we started, Steven, you're our saving grace, but I think how many graphic designers did we hire and fire, Grace? The number was 7. Went through 7 graphic designers before we found Steven.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh,
At
yeah.
least, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I had to fire a few friends, which
Wow.
is horrible to that feeling. I'm like, don't work with your friends or your family. It just gets really crazy. So that's been one of our major cons as a virtual company. But it's all working together now. Like, it's working really well now. You just have to find the right people. And so, do you guys have any cons that you feel as, like, people working with a virtual company?
For me, it's communicating with email. Because, you know, everybody does it, including me. Sometimes you just read the first 2 sentences and then your brain blanks out. It's like, you know, that it's, you know, it's easy to skip stuff in emails.
Well, I definitely agree with Steven that, you know, it can happen when you don't have face-to-face communication. Although, if you work for a large company and you work in an office,
Right.
Or you're a remote worker, but you got to report in twice a week or something, that can still happen, honestly, because even in a big office where everybody has to show up physically every day, you still communicate like 80% by email a lot of times.
Right.
Because I've worked in offices before. So, I mean, somebody's just like 3 cubicles down and you're still emailing them back and forth. So,
Right.
Granted, you can potentially smooth things over quicker by going to talk to them, but sometimes you can't. So, and, you know, with us, especially being a small company, we have the advantage that it's not quite as many different personalities flying around. And we do have our virtual meetings to help with that. But, yeah, things can get lost in translation if you use exclusively the written word, just texting and email. But
yeah, and that's why we have our meetings. No, you can. Amber's like, do you want me filming the whole time? I think you're good. You can do some like B-roll and stuff.
Okay, I got some already.
She's like this, like balancing. Do you want me filming the whole time? I'm like, yeah, just keep going. Thanks guys for your answers.
Get the B-roll nod for her.
Just like, yeah. I'm training her, you know. I'm like. Hey, what's up? It's Gabby from Helps2. I'm so glad that you're watching this video. If you're new here, please subscribe. We have a lot of content that we don't want you to miss. As well as that, there's a link in the description of this video for our newsletter. We're coming out with some new stuff. Don't miss it.